These my dollars make it hurt.
And we're live, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to the Chuck and Samuel podcast, episode 2. I'm so glad to have everyone back. Last week was such a success that we had to come back.
We had to. We had no other choice.
The demand was way too high just to leave it on episode 1.
I'm telling you, man. We got to give people what they want.
We were, like, should we not?
Here we are.
And here we are. They wanted it. We brought it to them.
That's right.
We heard all the positive reviews, critiques, support, love, all that good stuff. And just to let you know, it did not go unheard.
Unnoticed.
Wordsmith.
That's right.
And we appreciate it from the bottom of our heart. It gave us the most motivation ever to come back and kill it and go forward and make more and more episodes. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here right now.
Amen.
So what are your thoughts on last week's episode?
Man, I had a lot of fun last week. I think I found a new little hobby with you, Chuck. It was a lot of fun. I'm already having a blast a couple minutes in, man. Reviewing last week, well, by the way, all the support that we did get was very cool. And like Chuck said, thank you for those of you who took the time to be like, yo, dude, you guys killed it.
Yeah.
Which we didn't think it was going to go as well as it did. And it went really well, I feel like. So, carrying on, getting better. We're going to keep them coming.
I thought, we'd get a few views here and there, but we got comments, subscriptions, likes on the Facebook page, likes on the YouTube page, listens on the Spotify. And again, man, it just gives me the confirmation that we are doing what we need to do right now.
We're doing what we were born to do, Chuck.
And this ain't going to stop anytime soon.
It's not going to stop. And, going back to the first episode last week, I learned a lot about myself, Chuck. And they say the cameras don't lie. And I watched it back,
are we able to zoom in? We'll just zoom in later.
My heart sank because I realized for the first time I have a nervous tic, Chuck.
Oh, man.
And when I get nervous, apparently
Can we do a side-by-side as you talk about this?
From last week.
Can we do a side-by-side?
From last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, please do. And feel free to put a counter on how many times I squint my nose in this podcast. I'm really working hard not to do it. And when I saw it, I said to myself, how in God's name has anybody who says they love me not told me that I do this? And I told my mom, I said, I found out I have a nervous tic. And she goes, oh, honey, we've always known that you have that. So my family's talking about it. Have you noticed that tic that Sam
behind
has?
Your back?
And they've never addressed it. And, I'm on this road to perfection, baby.
Yeah.
And the next baby step that I have to take is to get rid of my thumper nose.
I'm going to pledge to you that I will not ask those super awkward questions that trigger that tic.
Please, you had me nervous during that question. We had to censor ourselves.
Yeah, we had to, which we did get a little bit of backlash over that.
We did.
But there is a reason why we bleeped it out. And I think eventually that's going to come out.
It might come out on this show. But, for right now, until we get lawyered up, we don't want any lawsuits on our hands. Even though it would be all the truth.
Yes, but at the moment, that's just something we do not want on our plate right now.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
We're trying to bring that juicy goodness into your life. And we cannot do that if we're in the courts every day trying to fight for our freedom.
That's right, man.
With that being said, thank you to everyone who commented, liked, subscribed, did all that stuff, supported, shared, told their friends. People in Florida, people out of Florida.
Chicago, Georgia, North Carolina.
Yeah. I guess we could technically say we're worldwide.
Global.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that were outside. All my Robot India followers. Thank you for all your support. And dude, let's pour up real quick as
a celebration.
As a celebration to the success of the first episode.
You want it? St. Augustine Distillery?
Yes.
Carry on.
a local distillery with world-class flavor in bourbon. Yeah, this is a celebration for last week's episode and the future. Things went so well. We couldn't stop talking about it all week. And we're ready to bring that heat to everyone.
I know.
Yeah.
It got me excited, man. It felt like I was releasing an album again.
Yeah,
It's really what it felt like.
There was anxiety at times. There was excitement at times when...
Are they going to like it?
Are they going to like it? Are our haters going to come out again? And luckily, there weren't too many. There was one hater that I would like to call out right now. Patrick Bass.
Oh,
yes.
Snap.
We agreed that we weren't going to call out people on this page or this, podcast.
It sounds like you have a bone to pick with Patrick.
I have a major bone to pick. And I heard your critiques, brother. And I'm not going to take it anymore. I thought I did a really good job.
Dang. And he just came and just stomped all over your dreams and ambitions.
Oh, heck yeah. And, dude, I brought you to the top.
This is your favorite musician you're talking crap about.
I took him from the very start.
From the womb.
From the womb. I bought him his first guitar. I took him to guitar class. Gave him his very first showcase.
Paid for his first recording.
Yes, everything. And the first text I get back, hey, man, could have done better with that audio. Watch those S's.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That is funny. We love you, Patrick. He's come up so much already.
Yeah, he has. He's I guess if there's a ticker, he'd be the number one reference person on this podcast.
We can have a ticker for Patrick Bass mentions and for my nose crunches.
Who's going to win out?
Yeah, who knows?
All right. So
Get it? Who knows?
Insert sound effects. So let's cheers to success.
To much. Oh, we got to get it in frame.
Yeah, there
cheers.
we go.
All
Cheers.
right, man. Here we go. The first taste of St. Augustine Distillery. St. Augustine, for those who don't know, is the oldest colonized town
Yes.
in America.
That's why we're called the First Coast.
Mm.
Yep.
It sure is, isn't it?
Yep. Man, with all that positivity, let's go right into the main section of this whole podcast.
Let's go.
The whole podcast. My little Trump impression.
Your little hands.
Yeah. So we're jumping right into the main topics of this podcast, the main section. These were questions submitted by our amazing audience. They brought up the heat. They brought the freaking flavor with these questions. And I want to thank everyone that submitted on our Facebook, Instagram, which every week we are going to make a post to where you can submit your favorite or the questions for this week. And they've been some good ones. Let's
hear some.
Yeah. So let's get into our first question. This is from Farazana, one of our best viewers.
Yeah, this is your plastic surgeon.
This is my professional, personal plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
She takes care of all this.
Customizes. When are you going to get those implants? Your chest implants, bicep implants?
I need a boob reduction. That's what I need. And then I need to get this stomach taken care of because I'm like rubbing it and I'm like kind of... we'll be sexy boys soon, though.
Sooner than later.
All this...
We're already sexy, Chuck. The dad bod is making a huge comeback. I didn't know if you knew that or not.
It's been...
Chicks are digging the dad bods.
What do they call it? Cuddle season?
Cuddle season, cuffing season. You want that.
Yeah.
You want that warmth and that heat in the wintertime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just want. I'm sure they just want to feel like they're just being wrapped up in a big, nice blanket.
I think we have the perfect bodies to be those cuddle bunnies.
I think so.
Sadly, the only thing these bodies are good for.
It's the best thing, man.
So getting back into it, one of our resolutions from 2020 is getting into it quicker, giving you guys the content you want quicker. So, softball question.
Okay.
This is from Furzon again.
Okay.
She gives us the best questions. Softball. I know you're a big fan of this place. If you could pick only one, Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks, we want to hear what Samuel Sanders would pick.
See, I'm torn because if I'm going to get like a fancy drink, I'm definitely going to Starbucks. If I want just black coffee, I'm going to Dunkin' Donuts. And also, it's been a long time since I've done this, but typically Dunkin' has better food, man. Better food. It's probably way less healthy for you than at Starbucks, like the turkey and Gouda, bacon. But I definitely spend more money and more time at Starbucks.
In my opinion, if I'm getting a coffee, regardless, I would rather have a Starbucks coffee.
Speaking of the devil.
Hey, product placement.
Another one of our sponsors.
Starbucks. Paying pretty good. Can't complain about that. Not a fan of Dunkin' Donuts food. Not a big fan of Starbucks food. So I usually stick with just coffees there. And if I had to get a coffee from one of them, I'm going Starbucks.
Dude, Dunkin' Donuts has this like sugared maple bacon, egg and cheese croissant.
Yeah.
It'll blow your mind, my friend.
Might have to try it out one day.
You got to try it out one day.
Well, that was a riveting. But to follow that up, next question.
All right, to the next one. Let's go.
Well, it's a two-parter from her.
Okay, same source.
Coke or Pepsi?
Ooh, Coke. 100%. I used to not understand the difference between Coke and Pepsi, but Pepsi is like syrup, bro. It's like
you think?
Yeah, it's sugar syrup is what it is. I can't stand Pepsi. Actually, if I'm ever at a place that doesn't serve Coke, I typically will just leave.
Don't be like that.
And if I really want, so it's been months and months since I've gone to Taco Bell, but I really wanted a Coke. And they serve Pepsi products, which is the worst. Why can't they just switch to Coke?
You don't like Sierra Mist?
No, dude.
It's like the same as Sprite.
No, it is not. So I got my tacos and I went to the gas station and I got myself a vanilla cherry Coca-Cola.
I feel like that. See, I don't have this disgust for Pepsi, but I feel like Coke does make a better product. That's one thing.
You're missing the carbonation in Pepsi.
Yeah.
It's not there.
Yeah.
It's brown sugar water.
Also,
were you just cleaning your teeth?
Yeah, and I was trying to get you to roll. That's why I switched camera.
I thought you were saying let's go to the next
don't
topic,
wrap it up.
But like I saw like your whole fist was in your mouth.
I was like this.
What is going on right now?
Some of that chicken from earlier, bro. I wasn't telling you to wrap it up.
Hopefully I don't have anything in my teeth. Now I have a complex.
Dude, there's a lot of stuff on this table that I missed out on. We're good though.
I don't know what that means.
To wishing this had a little bit of a Coke in it, if you get my drift.
Mm-hmm. That's another thing. You never hear somebody being like, could I get a Pepsi and Jack?
Ooh, man.
Jack and Pepsi?
Mine is super watered down, so we're going to have to pour up on a second one soon.
All right.
So, next question. And now we're going to start getting into more of the nitty gritty. What people showed up for. This is what you showed up for. Everyone, this is what we're about to get into. So, this is from Anonymous.
Okay.
Not the hackers. I think we discussed this a little bit ahead of time. But first time you ever got your heart broken.
Oh, wow. Believe it or not, man, it was in 2020.
No way.
I waited 34 years before I fell in love.
No.
Believe it.
Not even puppy love?
No.
Because puppy love is real love too.
I've never experienced devastation before. And
we all...
Have you multiple times been like wrecked?
But there's been times where I'm like, that was puppy love. That was like early 20s love.
You know, there's been times it sucked, but I've never lost sleep over it.
You got a cameo in the back.
Oh, wow. What's up, Cameo?
Hacker.
Anonymous.
Anonymous. Well, was he the one that asked that question?
He might have been.
So,
did I not just put my jacket on earlier? Telling people what I found on my jacket, and it took me right back to that moment, Chuck.
Sam found a nice long blonde hair
on my jacket that I haven't worn in over a year. It took me right back to that place.
I wonder who that came from.
Yeah, it could have been only one person.
Was it the one that brought you that heartache?
I believe it was. I literally relived the heartache.
You had flashbacks.
I did. Like a Vietnam veteran when they hear fireworks.
PTSD.
That's exactly what it was.
PTSD. At the end of this show, everyone, we're going to go into a prayer to help bring this guy a little bit more relief.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
We're going to have a few minutes of prayer. Maybe 3.
3 minutes. 3 whole minutes? That's a long time to pray, man. Can you pray for 3 minutes?
I can pray for 3 minutes. All right. And then the intruder's about to leave.
Chuck's roommate.
My roommate, Bex. Check out his podcast that's coming up soon.
Coming soon.
For me, it says first time. And unlike you, I had my heart broken right out of high school.
I'm so sorry, man.
Yeah.
You were young when you got jaded.
Yeah, so it was super like puppy love.
Mm-hmm.
I know she probably hates hearing that now because it probably meant the world to her.
You think she's going to be watching this?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right.
They all do.
They all watch it just wishing, he could have been mine. I let him go.
They're missing out. Obviously.
There's no question.
I'm a catch. I'm a freaking
You're
catch.
definitely an eligible bachelor. Not anymore.
Not anymore. But
if you were, you'd be eligible.
Yeah. Look at me.
Come on. Listen to the voice, the attitude.
Girls love bad boys, and I'm the bad boy.
The baddest of the bad.
Dude, metaphorically, I pull up with a Harley. Metaphorically, I go to Daytona Biker Week.
I love it. What's the one up north?
Sturgis. But back to me, where it all starts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, high school, man. Had at the moment the love of my life. I graduated a year before her. I'm one of those guys who dated a year below me.
Okay.
Graduated. Taboo. I grew up and got a big boy job at Best Buy.
Amazing.
Yeah, photo department. And then I think things were going good. She was about to graduate and go to FSU, I believe. And I was like, all right, cool. Long distance relationships, man. I can do this. And then March, this is when every dude gets dumped. High school stuff. Mm-hmm. Girls realize I'm going off. I want to have that single vibe. Don't want that boyfriend holding me down. And she dumped me. And I remember where I got dumped. And
where was it?
You're going to laugh.
The parking lot of Best Buy.
No, it's not the parking. So, I don't know. No, because we went to go see the movie 300.
Oh, wow. Great movie.
Great movie. Love that movie. Gerard Butler. Great stuff. I can still watch that movie without, crying. But I realized I'm like, oh, things are a little awkward between us. There's a little bit of space going on. We weren't really holding hands. So I took her home. I was like, okay, cool. I invited her to dinner a couple nights later. And she dumped me there. But where she dumped me was St. John Seafood, Orange Park. I was actually crying in the middle of the restaurant. The waiter came up and he was like, do you guys want an appetizer? And I look up crying. And I was like, we'll do the platter.
At the table?
Yeah.
Oh,
she pretty much broke up with me at the table. And I still had to get that platter, though. If I'm getting my heart broken, I want some apps.
Dude, I'm telling you, what better way to mend a broken heart than fried anything?
Cheap
frozen fried shrimp, baby.
And in the middle of freaking St. John Seafood, crying my eyes out.
Oh my God, that is a pitiful sight.
Yes, it was pitiful. And then I was like, you know what? Like, let's just move on. Let's go home or whatever. And I tried to pay for it, and she ended up paying for it because she felt bad for me.
Why did she do it in the middle of dinner? Why did she let you take her to dinner, first of all? And why didn't she wait till y'all got back to where you were dropping her off at to break up with you, because that's she set herself up and you up for really, really awkward time.
I have a feeling she was the very first person to get tired of this Chuckacious thing.
I got you.
Yeah.
This is when you were coming into your own.
I was coming in my own. There's times like a few years after that, she was like, yeah,
I get it now.
I get it now. And she might have been the first person that's like, I cannot deal with this egotistical troll.
She didn't spend enough time to get to know and to see through and to get to know the heart behind.
She might have transformed me, man. I think I might have been a sweet boy.
Yeah, before this?
Before that, and then I ended up being a bad boy.
The world just slapped you upside the head, didn't it?
Yeah. And also, fun fact, you know that meme that the guy that she tells you not to worry about?
Yeah.
The guy, whatever. That actually happened to me. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. The guy that was friends with her ended up being like her next boyfriend.
That's happened to me.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I wouldn't consider it a heartbreak, but I thought I was going to marry a girl in my 20s. We dated for 2 years.
See, you were in love before.
I didn't know what love was.
Yeah.
I want to know what love is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Didn't know what love was. We broke up amicably.
Yeah.
Mutually. And actually mutually. And she was dating a friend of mine a week later. They swore up and down there was no overlap.
Yeah.
But I call BS.
I said the same thing too, and it bit me in the ass.
It sure does, man. It sure does. And listen, yeah.
You know what also sucked? That song "Apologize" by One Republic came out.
Oh my God! Around the same time.
Yeah. And I had some
heart wrencher.
I played it for her like after we broke up, thinking that like might get her back, and I think she was like, "That's a really cool song."
Oh, the days you would send your exes breakup songs. Yeah, dude, heartbreak is something else. It's pretty crazy. It's wild that I finally experienced it. Same thing. Things were going great. Sweetheart, you would have never known it, but found out on Valentine's night.
Are you?
I'm not going to tell the whole story yet, but I found out on Valentine's night that she was a homewrecker, and you can't trust. 303 was it? He said you can't trust a hoe.
Yeah,
well, you can't trust a home wrecker. You know what I'm saying?
That's groundbreaking, and I thought we were saving that for a season finale.
That's not the whole story.
Okay,
that's just a snippet.
That's a tease.
It's a tease.
That's what we call in the production world, TV world, network world, a tease. That's going to lead to something at the season finale.
Get ready.
Get ready. Next question.
Bring it on, man.
And cheers for exposing.
We're cheersing again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I
got to catch up with you.
I realized that last episode, we made this big deal about drinking, which is not something I want to promote, heavily drinking. But we made a big deal, and I made a big deal about going out and buying some sort of spirit. And that we only have one glass each, and I have like 90% of that bottle left.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that we drink a little.
We're barely drinkers, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I don't drink as close as what I used to drink.
Yeah, it's definitely social for me. But I'm down, man.
Yeah. So
I'll have to drink up to catch up with you. Wow, look at Chuck go.
That was his water. Yeah.
The face says how much we love it.
I'm just having flashbacks of freaking One Republic and seafood.
And heartbreak.
That too.
They all go hand in hand with you.
Oh,
like every time you hear that song, every time you drive by St. John's Seafood, you have to go there in your mind. It has to take you right back to that day when you looked up sobbing at the waiter.
God, but make sure you bring that appetizer though. I need my scallions in.
My blackened scallops,
please. I need and out of the sympathy, that sweet girl paid for the food regardless.
She should have. She absolutely should have.
But as a gentleman,
you should have made her walk home.
I should have. But then I was like, please come back for like 2 more years. Never went to Tallahassee to see her because I knew I was just going to show up and she was going to be sleeping with some other guy.
Oh, my God. Heartbreak.
But then I grew up from that. I became broken after. And then it took me a little bit.
It takes some time for your heart to grow that callus.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I'm at that point now. Are you?
There was it was a two-sided situation for me because everything I've always feared. Chuck, you know this. I'm a relationship skeptic. Am I not?
No, nowadays I am too, but you sold me on it.
I'm sorry if I've planted the wrong seeds in your heart about relationships, but you're in a thriving relationship.
Yes.
But
Healthy.
Healthy. God forbid it ever ends because you're going to be right back where I am, baby.
I'm gonna jump off a bridge if this ever ends.
So part of it, because I've experienced the good things of it, I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool to experience again with somebody. But on the other side of the token, it's like everything I feared came to fruition.
Yeah.
Can't trust nobody, bro.
Stone Cold Steve Austin said that. Is that where you got it from?
No.
He says, DTA, don't trust anyone. I had a shirt that said that one time when I was like 8.
It's a bad motto probably to live your life by, but it's probably a safe motto to live your life by.
Do you feel like you're the modern day Jacksonville, Florida, Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Samuel 3:16.
Yep.
Might as well be. I know nothing about Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He's a bad dude. So one of my favorites. So next question.
All right.
Next question. Because we are getting right into it.
Per the reviews. We're accommodating those short attention spans out there.
Yeah. We also listen to our viewers, and we really take in what people like, dislike. But a lot of it was very positive. Very positive. But we're just trying to make it easier for you to listen, get right into it, go to multiple topics, not, trim the fat, as Patrick Bass said. He said, trim the fat, get a little bit quicker into things. And I thought that was some really good advice.
Executive producer. We should hire him whenever.
He thrashed me, though. I saw all of his complaints, and they were all directed towards me. Now
you're going to... literally today on the phone, he was like, man, I wasn't too harsh, was I? Did Chuck take me too, did he? So now he's definitely going to think you took it as a negative review, his constructive critiques. Even though I told him they were welcome.
Hey, Patrick, look into this camera, because I'm looking right at you. I didn't see an LOL in there. I didn't see a ha-ha. That was some cold-blooded critiques that you sent my way, and I'm going to remember that forever. I'm never going to forget that.
That one he said, do better next time.
It was pretty much like that. And I saw some of the texts he sent you, and I am not going to forget those things.
That is funny. Patrick Bass, the second time in 2 weeks he's come up. Second time in a row. Can we let the cat out of the bag? He might be gracing us with his presence in the next few weeks.
Yes. I'm not the... public relation guy. I am not the
word on the street
celebrity coordinator.
Right.
So we have a staff for that. I cannot give that information now. I'm gonna let you say that, and when it falls through, it's all on you.
Okay. Deal. Well, we're trying to get Patrick Bass on the show. I
would love for him to be on this show. I think he'd be great. He's full of energy, super talented. But after I said so many positive things about him,
he's your favorite musician.
Used to be.
Until
that Betrayal, more like Judas Bass.
Dang.
The Betrayal, I saw the text. I saw the leaked text messages.
Okay.
He had nothing good to say about me. He threw me under the bus.
Oh, man.
Similar to David Abraham. And I'm over it, man. I freaking took him up to the top, and this is what he gives me.
Unbelievable. People are going to take you so seriously about that.
What do you mean?
Well,
what do you mean by that?
You can't just say all that and act like, okay, we'll roll with it.
No. Say what you mean.
I'm just simply saying that you can't. People are going to take you seriously about the fact that Patrick threw you under the bus and had nothing but negative things to say. How
about this? I'm sending an invitation out. A challenge. The Patrick Bass right now. Show up on this show.
Show up on
this show.
Y'all can duke it out on camera.
Show up to this show and clear your name. Until then, you're guilty until proven innocent.
Dang, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, whichever one it is.
I'm not going to fist fight him.
Okay. Well, you're taunting like you are.
Verbal.
Fun fact, side note about the Paul brothers. I only knew, I had no idea there was two of them until recently.
Very similar. One's super buff and one's not so buff.
Had no idea.
But they're both really good at boxing.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, they're very good. So after that heated, I know. See, now he's going to be like, man, you guys spent so much time on that topic. I would have moved on to the next one.
Trim the fat.
Trim the fat. God. You guys obsessed with me or something?
Basically. He's like the third part of this bromance triangle, wouldn't you say?
That one night we were over at someone's birthday party, he seemed a lot more focused on other people instead of talking to me.
Was this when he got FaceTimed in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess he made new best friends since the last time we saw him.
Yeah. Because he was like, oh, Chuck, but move on to the next guy that nobody knew. That guy, no names. Thanks for killing my vibe. I had to go freaking inside and listen to some other stuff. I had to go hang out with people I didn't want to hang out with.
You had to go inside into the dance party.
Yeah, man.
Where you didn't dance.
I didn't dance. Like, you saw me. I was on the couch with a blanket. I was
in a fetal position.
I was freezing my ass off. Because it was like, okay, freezing my ass off.
That's the fourth time you said ass today. So are we going, you are a bad boy, aren't you?
I'm a bad boy. I say ass, all right? Sue me. If you guys want to turn the channel off because I swear too much.
Oh, my God.
Then we don't want you. Just kidding. But we are going to end this with a prayer.
What were we even talking about?
That one guy at the party that killed my vibe. Everybody that was at that exclusive ass party knows the guy I'm talking about.
Oh, man.
And I ain't talking about he is the life of the party.
Great guy.
Great guy. Crickets.
You're going to get us in trouble, bro.
I'm going to get myself in trouble.
I thought I was the one that's going to get us in trouble.
Sam doesn't get anybody in trouble.
I'm a rule abider.
No beef with anybody.
If only that were true, my man. If only that were true.
Everybody
Can't
loves
please
you.
everybody, man.
No, everybody loves you. Next question. Cheers to that.
You want? Oh, I need a
Cheers
pull
that
up some
empty
more for
glass.
you. Come on, you got another sip in there.
Empty glass, everybody. Can you pour mine, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you please?
Yeah. Did you want to go to the next topic while I'm doing this?
Yeah. So, right there you go. So, camera on me. We're gonna lighten things up.
Cool.
Lighten things up. So, with this new lighthearted vibe that we're trying to go with, Nickelback.
Okay.
Are they that bad? Question mark. This is from Chelsea Dotelis.
Yeah, Chelsea. I'm sorry if that's the wrong way to pronounce your last name.
That's how I wrote it.
Dotelis. That's
I
how
wrote,
I would say. I think you say it that way.
I wrote it DOE like dough. Diagonal line. TEL.
You syllabled it out.
Yeah.
Dotelis.
Dash EZ. Because I love Z's.
You got to put Z's on the end of everything.
Yeah, Dozelis. So,
is Nickelback really that bad?
Is Nickelback actually that bad? Or has the kind of the pop culture, the community, just associate them with bad music and just rag on them for no reason?
I think they've just been an easy target. Now, they are the most cookie cutter rock and roll music out there. But I got to say this, man. Some of their hooks are undeniably good. And how in the world are they still trucking, still selling out arenas?
Are they, though?
Well, I mean,
I don't want to be.
I would imagine.
I don't want to be devil's advocate, but are they, though?
I would imagine. I mean, when you're married to
Avril
Lavigne,
punk rock, baby,
you are the world's most famous person.
I hate to go down music. Not trivia, but they were signed to Roadrunner Records when they started.
Wow, that's like an underground. Who else was on that?
Trivium.
Your favorite band?
Yeah, not my favorite band, but at a point they were killing it. But they were signed to like a legitimate metal label.
Wow.
And then they were like, you know what? Our ballads are killing it. Let's stick with that.
Yeah, man. Chad Kroeger probably deserves a little bit more love for the hooks he writes. Wasn't he in that song with Chris Carrabba for the Spider-Man soundtrack? Or am I getting these people confused?
They
say if a hero... That wasn't with Chris Carrabba.
No, it wasn't.
Can save us.
Wasn't that by himself?
No, there was another
No,
guy.
I
Maybe
think
Saliva, maybe? The singer of Saliva?
No, look it up.
All right, we're
We're
going to
putting
look
him on
this up. Put it on the spot. It's
on the spot.
definitely Chad Kroeger. Spider-Man soundtrack, Chad Kroeger. Yeah, it was Hero, and it was Saliva. Josie Scott, lead singer of Saliva. Wow, I was
the
good.
number one Chad Kroeger and Josie something from Saliva
Scott.
fan.
That was a great song. I'm going to go on record.
Not my favorite.
Saying that
Not
that's
my favorite.
that Spider song, that Spider-Man song,
Yeah.
Hero. I'm going to listen to it on the way home tonight. It was a killer song.
I wish we could put it on here as we're talking about it, but YouTube's gonna demonetize us again.
They will. We
They
won't
already
get that
did-
fat check.
They already did it once. I'm not a big fan, but there is other songs from them that I've played regularly. There's probably like 2 ballads of theirs. I'm like, damn, this is a good song. This is a good song. I say it quietly because I don't want to get made fun of.
You don't want stones thrown at you.
With,
I've never dove into the deep cuts of Nickelback.
but see, here's the thing with the friends. I keep in my circle. They're not friends that I would feel comfortable letting them know that I listen to Nickelback, because I don't feel like they would really understand and accept me for who I am if I listen to Nickelback.
Well, that's sad. It sounds like you need some new friends, man. You need to be able to be yourself.
Hopefully,
And accept you, you and your Chad Kroeger loving self.
I hope that the viewers that tune in from now on are my new friends,
Okay.
because I've never felt love like I have from the viewers. Maybe 1%
Okay. Well,
is what I've gotten from my true friends.
if you're watching, man, leave a comment and show Chuck some love and let him know that he's not the only Nickelback fan out there.
Let's just say I'm a Nickelback fan and get those comments like spikes. That's what we call them. So next question. Next on our agenda.
Leave Nickelback alone.
Leave Nickelback alone. Next on our agenda, everybody. This is a good one. I'm trying to go back and forth between light and heavy, light and heavy,
Okay.
light and heavy.
All right. On.
Like I like my women. Next question from somebody that truly supports everything we do. Die hard, ride or die, thick and thin. Lindsay Sarborough.
Oh, cool. Lindsay.
Yes. You made it sound like I said her name wrong. Like you corrected
No,
me.
no. I said cool. Yeah, Lindsay. I'm just repeating her name.
I thought you made it sound like I said it wrong.
No, but you typically mess up long names.
I was more worried about the last name.
Right. Scarborough.
Scarsborough. Scarsborough.
Scarborough.
Scarborough. Scarborough. Okay.
Scarborough.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I think I got it. So her question was, and this is love life stuff, so this is right up Sam's alley. Embarrassing dating stories, ? Sam, go.
Why? You want to answer this first? I don't know that I have many embarrassing.
Get real.
I have some
Get
funny
real.
ones.
Get over yourself.
Once, because I've dabbled in the dating app world.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
One girl, basically, she had a picture of herself on crutches in her profile. And
Yeah.
I was like, hey, let's get some coffee tomorrow. And she was like, cool, let's do it. Actually, I have a broken leg and I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow at 12. Would you be cool with giving me a ride? Because I can't drive. So basically, I Ubered this chick to the doctor's office. And within 5 minutes, the vibes were not right. It was nice. She was nice. I was nice. Took her in there, waited for her, and I took her right back home. She played her cards very well, though, because I don't believe this girl had any intention on following up on a second date. You're the one that wanted to drink whiskey. You can't be making sissy faces like that, man.
I'm not. I think somebody put some pepper in mine.
Pepper?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, St. Augustine Distillery.
It's great. It wasn't that. I think it was the ice.
It was pepper in your ice.
Bad ice.
Okay.
Bad ice.
Frozen frostbite.
I hate to
Freezer burn.
I hate to expose you, but I feel like there's some better stories from you. But
Do you have any in mind?
that are from you?
I mean, I got a couple of long ones.
Because here's my thing. I would hate for somebody to tune in this week to hear this freaking question. And then you give them...
That was my answer.
And then you give them, hey, man, I Ubered her.
Okay, so you want me to tell you? I'll try to condense it. So one day, I take this girl out on the third date. Things were going great.
When it's a third date, it's a serious date.
The first two were a lot of fun. Took her out for a second one. We're at the Loft, right? We're like, let's go dance. And it was like
where
a Tuesday
everybody
night.
knows your name.
Tuesday night, and we're the only people there. So we sit at the bar, we have a drink, we're talking, and I just like scratch my hand and I say, oh man, my hand itches. And she grabs my hand and looks at me intently and goes, your hand does not just itch. This is an autoimmune disease and it's inside your hand. It's not your skin. And you need to go to the doctor tomorrow and you need to get this checked out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh man, she just got really intense. I said, okay, I hear you, but I think it was just an itch. And she freaked out even more, dude. She goes, no, you're not listening to me. It is not an itch. This is out of nowhere. Things were great up until this moment. She goes, it's not an itch. You're not listening to me. I have gone blind in my left eye because of an autoimmune disease that went undiagnosed for 10 years. And you need to take me seriously and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like looking at this girl like, oh my God. She just changed personalities on me, like switched it up within a millisecond. So I let her just keep going. So she finally gets done riffing. It is a true story. I actually have audio of this date, but it was that good. The ending was that good.
Yeah.
So she finally gets done just reaming me about my autoimmune disease that she has diagnosed me with, right?
Yeah.
And she throws herself back in the chair, you know, and she says, get me out of here. And, you know, I was raised with sisters, so they're older than me. I've kind of caught on to those tactics where she was wanting me to get on my hands and feet and be like, oh, girl, I'm so sorry. Like, you're right. Don't leave me, babe. So she said, get me out of here. So I, without thinking, grabbed my phone and started ordering an Uber.
Yeah.
And she looks at me and goes, are you seriously ordering an Uber? Right after she told me to get her out of there. I told you it's a long-winded story.
Yeah, that was a bit long.
Long story short, I said, you know, you get what you ask for. And she says, if you order that Uber, this will be the last time that you ever see me.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, I'll count my losses.
It seems like a lot of your bad dates involve Uber, which I have a feeling is going to hurt us in the sponsorship market. Thanks, Sam, for ruining my...
You need Uber to get you out of there very fast.
I hope this doesn't bite me in the butt, but I usually use Lyft.
I don't. My first go-to is Uber.
Mine is Lyft because they tell you the price ahead of time. The exact price.
So does Uber.
They give you a range.
Okay.
I don't play that game. Give me the exact. I want the exact amount.
That's that Dave Ramsey budgeting mind right there.
Dude, I was poor for so long. I'm not like you guys who are just like, man, I don't live this fake life. I keep it very real. I've been poor for so long that I just have that poor immigrant mentality built into me.
Wow.
Yeah. And so that was long-winded. I'm going to keep mine short. Mine, because my most embarrassing dating stories are two chicks, both in Orlando. I'll tell you the quick one first. Random, just hit me up. Hey, I'm going up to Graffiti Junction to get a drink. If you're free tonight, meet up with me. I was like, all right, cool. You know, I'll meet up. Within minutes, politics pops up. This chick is heavy liberal, radical, you know, those types. Mm-hmm. The ones that burn down businesses, the Democrats. And she was like, "Oh my God, you're a conservative."
She was detested. It was detestable to her.
Yeah, you're a conservative. You believe in Christianity and nuclear families. What? Gross. And it just went downhill so quick. Imagine being around someone that you do not agree with anything on like a spiritual, human, political level, and you're out getting drinks with them.
Yeah.
It
Nothing
was
to talk about.
Awkward. The waiter came up and was like, should I get the check? Like that guy.
Did you pay for her?
I don't think I did.
You let her just
I think it went so bad that she knew. Like I think she got so upset that she just did not want any of my money, my conservative Christian money.
Your capitalistic money.
God, she was just like, no, I'm good. She was trying to play it off, nice. Oh, no, I'm good. No, I got my part. Never talk to that girl again. I think I freaking slashed her tires and cut her brakes and then just pushed her car down a hill or something. I never saw that lady again.
I got another funny story, but
is it going?
We'll move on.
Is it going to be super long?
I don't think so.
Because we got to trim the fat.
Let's trim the fat. This more lines up with the embarrassing story. And I was seeing this girl for a couple of weeks, and I went to her house once, and we were watching Netflix. We ordered some takeout, and we had a few drinks. Well, it got late, right? And so I end up staying over. Now, keep your thoughts out of the gutter, because it was absolutely G-rated.
Yeah. Pixar.
Yeah, fell asleep in the same room. Well, I wake up in the middle of the night with her walking out, and I realize immediately, Chuck, that, oh my God, I was snoring. I was probably sawing some logs, dude.
Ooh. Chainsaws.
Walls were...
What a riot.
So I'm like, oh my God, did I wake you up?
Yeah.
And she basically said, yeah. So I left that place humiliated. And I thought to myself, well, if she ever wants to talk to me again, I'll hear from her. Never heard from her again, bro. Some people can't handle the snoring. I'm one of those people, so I can't blame her. That, yeah, dude, I was probably vibrating the foundation.
You should choose your words wisely.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Chuck.
But if I could say something, a lot of these chicks in Jacksonville shouldn't be throwing stones from a glass house.
They're snorers too.
That's the least of their concerns. If you get my drift.
Anyways, that was very embarrassing for me. My ego took a hit with that one.
Yeah.
Things were going so well. And you know what?
You're such a gentleman. Because even when these girls are awful, you're still taking the blame for yourself.
She left me high and dry. But again, you know what? All's fair in love and war.
Great song by Metro Station.
Shout out to the Cyrus family.
Cyrus brothers, even though one of them's only a Cyrus. So, next question. And you know what's wild? I feel like that ended up being our question of the day, rather than the one that we thought was going to be our question of the day.
Okay.
So we're going to move on to the next one.
Is this what we thought was going to be the question of the day?
This is what we thought was going to be the question of the day.
Well, it remains to be seen.
Because we actually got asked by two of our friends. One was Justin Gilbert.
Okay.
One of your friends.
One of my friends from the North Carolina area.
Yes. And then the person that asked me this exact question, no connection at all, was Cedric Williams, a.k.a. Sean Amari. And he goes by a bunch of different names. One of the best tech dudes that I know. Cool. He helps me with all my stuff. He also hosts my website. So he's a great guy. I've known him for a bunch of years. And he asked a two-part question. And let's put it on both of us because this was asked to both of us. His question was an insult to both of us. And the next one was kind of a follow-up.
Okay.
Cedric, a.k.a. Sean Amari, his acting name. Hate to expose you, buddy. But
Stage name. Nicely played.
He says, why do both of you guys look like preachers in sneakers?
Oh, he said it like that?
Yeah.
Well, we're not preachers, so we work for our money.
Well, yeah, you're right about that. Good.
And therefore, we should be able to buy whatever we want.
Yeah, like
Not to say every preacher doesn't work for their money. I know
No.
many good preachers, but optics. Don't you think optics should come into play when you're a celebrity pastor and you're wearing a $1,500 pair of shoes?
Yeah. I feel like that the preachers are using us as inspiration for their looks. So the look that these preachers are going after are what we're doing on the streets. But we're not taking the dividends or whatever they call it.
Well, we're not telling people that in order for them to gain all their blessings from God, they need to give.
Yeah.
And in return, we're taking that hard-earned money from those people and buying, Gucci.
Yeah.
But my favorite line from all these preachers is, but it was a gift.
Yeah.
It was a gift.
It's always a gift.
But
right?
it came from another pastor. And my question is, if it's coming from another pastor, it's still more than likely coming out of tithe money. Because trust me when I tell you, when a preacher goes to another megachurch as a guest, they get lavished with gifts. And that does not come out of any preacher's personal funds. That comes out of the congregation's funds. That they got, blood, sweat, and tears, man. Don't get me started. You can't ask me a question like this and not expect me to just go off.
If I give you 2 minutes, I want you to go off now.
I just went off for about 2 minutes.
Okay,
But what I want to, I love preachers and sneakers. I love what they're doing.
Yeah.
They've caused a lot of controversy. And it's just exposing, man. Like, listen, if you want your money to be multiplied to, what we call in the Christian world, advance the kingdom, then giving to these preachers is probably not the best idea.
What is the other page that you follow?
Profits and watches.
Yes.
Yeah. Very much like preachers and sneakers, but even more so than the sneakers, it shows the watches that these pastors are wearing, and it's disgusting.
Which just shows you that you can make a successful Instagram page out of anything.
You can.
Yep.
Yeah. It's definitely lost my train of thought there for a second, but it's definitely eye-opening.
This is, I kind of lay this up for you because you are, I think, the expert in this field.
Oh no.
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean?
We're talking about?
Yeah. But no, I'm just saying. I this question, I kind of took care of the first part.
Well, I've more so than you have heard all of these guys manipulate people about their money,
and you also have seen firsthand, how some of these pastors are kind of these music leaders, band leaders. Aren't what they truly portray themselves to be.
Man. Well, I don't know a lot of these people personally, but
that's probably a good thing.
That's probably one after another.
That's probably a good thing.
And there's a guy named John Gray, which I don't know if you know anything about.
Are you throwing him under the bus, or is he?
He's thrown himself under the bus, man. He got caught having an affair for the second time. Married man. And one thing he said that I liked that he said it, but at the same time, I was kind of like, man, where is your humility?
Yeah.
To take this like a man without throwing your friends under the bus. He goes, and I've pleaded with God, and I've cried out to God, and I've said, God, why me? Why do I have to deal with this? With all the information I know about all these other pastors, why am I getting exposed? And I just thought that said a lot.
Yeah.
And makes me wonder, who knows, man? Maybe they got their own little like Epstein Island deal going on. They all have a brotherhood.
I think the further this podcast goes, the more we can open up and shine some light on the darkness that is kind of going around the church world.
Yeah, all I got to say is anybody who's partying in the air or in yachts on the ocean, there's no laws in those two places. Don't trust them.
Only thing I'm going to say, it didn't come from me.
Famous words.
Famous words. Last question. Last question
already?
Yeah.
What time are we at?
We're definitely over an hour. This is going to be longer than the last one. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Surprising.
Yeah. No, I think this is fun questions we're bouncing around.
Yeah.
It's some good stuff. Last question. Pretty easy. Another light one. We went a little heavy because we dipped into the church roll in that last one. This one is, I'm going to say her name. I couldn't think of anything clever as like an anonymous name. Ashley Blunt, another one of our another one of our heavy supporters.
Yeah. Ashley has actually, that's not a false statement, actually. She has supported my music heavily in the past. Thank you, Ashley. And she's actually, hasn't she bought some of your work?
Yeah. Actually, dang.
A true supporter.
You can't see it. Right behind me is the owl painting. She bought the pillow of that one.
I love that. Yeah. And side note, my bathroom is decorated in Chuck Jackson.
And we'll get some photos posted of Sam in his bathroom with.
Using the bathroom. With Chuck right above my head.
Premium content.
The restroom.
Her question was, ultimate concert, if you were booking it, who's the opening act and who's the headliner? Go.
This is a good question. So opening. Now, these would be in different order.
She did say dead or alive.
Okay, these would be in order differently depending on what age I was and am. Okay. If that makes sense. Like, for instance, this first band would have absolutely been my headliner 10 years ago. We're going to go with opening act, POD.
Okay.
Fundamental elements of Southtown record, front to back.
You're picking like an error. Oh, front to back.
I want
okay.
Front to back.
I want
that performance. I will know every word to every song.
I feel so alive for the very first time.
Different record, but
I know.
Same band. Second band,
Christian band,
is going to be the 1975.
Oh,
you love the 1975.
Not when it comes from you.
Why?
I'm not going to put you out like that.
Because I was late to the party? Because I didn't like the first record?
You bought a ticket before you even heard the band.
I did. And actually, has that never happened to you, Chuck? I was bored. I said, you know what? Everybody and their brother is talking about this band. I'm going to go to this concert. I grabbed a friend, went to the concert, immediately became a fan, was blown away. Blown away.
Okay.
Why are you being a hater? The best way to become a fan of a band is when you see them live. Has this never happened to you?
The only way I'm forgive you is if you tell the story that led up to that concert.
I don't remember.
Do you truly not remember, or you don't want to bring it up?
Which concert are we talking about?
The first 1975 concert.
In St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Were you there?
No, you told me what happened, though.
I honestly, bro.
If I tell you, you'll remember.
Okay, tell me.
Girl that ran out of minutes. Remember? You invited a girl to the show, and she was like, oh, yeah, I'm on my way. And
oh, my gosh, dude. Yeah, so there's another dating story.
Yes.
You know who this girl is.
Oh, yeah, I do.
You do know who this girl is.
I do know you.
So
I do know
I'm
you
like,
if you're watching this.
Anybody want to? I got a free ticket. Blah blah blah. I hit her up. We've been chatting on social media, and she's like, "Yeah, sure. What time should I meet you?" And I'm like, "Yes." She agreed to come.
Yeah.
This girl. Now this is only like 4 or 5 years ago. Who buys their minutes, bro?
Yeah.
Do you know anybody who purchases their minutes? I know people do, but like, do you know anyone who buys their minutes?
People with burner phones.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool, what's going on? Let's go. Meet me at Starbucks at the Avenues at this time and we'll ride down together. Yeah. Cool. She's texting me all the way up until I get to Starbucks. I get to Starbucks. She's 5 minutes late. Won't respond.
Yeah.
10 minutes. 30. I'm like, I'm about to miss this show.
Yeah.
So I think I found someone last minute to meet me down there, but she stood me up, dude. Had me thinking she was going to meet me there. Had agreed and everything. Good memory, Chuck.
Yeah. I cannot forget that. She bailed on you.
She bailed.
On your way. She bailed. On the way to a show, she bailed you.
Yeah.
I bailed on you.
I don't think that I have spoken to her since.
Well, she's spoken to
Let me get back to my list. Yes, she has. So the 1975 would be the second band. And then the third band would have to be Further Seems Forever with Jason Gleason. Hands down.
Oh, dude.
Hands down. He's the reason that I ever started singing.
Damn. That's a good one.
Gosh, the magic in that room. I was 17 years old. It was magic, Chuck.
There's a lot of bands that I would want to come back that have broken up. But as for just like an ultimate concert enjoyment, it would just be some of my obvious ones. It'd be like Metallica headlining with like Dance Gavin Dance opening or something that. Mine's more if I could get one more album out of some of these bands that broke up, that's what I would truly
name one.
Run Kid Run.
Okay.
The Christian pop rock, pop punk, whatever you would want to call it. Dude, there's Search the City. It's a lot of like pop punk bands.
Pierce the Veil.
No, not at all. I'm not a fan of them.
No,
they have like a few good songs.
Seem like they're right up your alley.
No. Speaking of Further Seems Forever, if I could get Hide Nothing Part 2, and I'm never going to
Rest in
freaking
peace,
get it.
John Bunch. What a sad story.
That's one album that if I could just get Hide Nothing Part 2, I would be set for life.
You know, I saw his first performance. It was his first or second performance with Further Seems Forever at Cornerstone, Florida. He was reading all the lyrics off of a sheet of paper.
It's always awkward when you're like going up on stage for the first time and you're like, I do not know all these old tracks.
How much time did you have, bro? Like, you couldn't have memorized these lyrics?
Man,
he put out a great record, not to interrupt you, but live,
I agree,
was they were at their worst with John Bunch, and it breaks my heart to even say that about them. But it's true.
You might have to give them like the biggest difference between studio record and live performance. There is a major gap between that.
Well, not with John Bunch there was.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I actually went to Atlanta to see a reunion with Gleason. This was probably 4 or 5 years ago as well. And they were great. They were amazing.
I remember. You did not invite me.
My bad. Would you have come?
Thank you. I always come.
You try to come to invitations whenever they're extended to you, for sure.
Yep.
Moving on.
Every time. So with that, is there anything else? I feel like we're having a great time. Time's flying. We actually spent more time recording this one than the first one, even though we try to keep it shorter.
Yeah, we were trying to keep it a whole 15 minutes shorter.
Is there anything else that I'm not trying to end this right now, but is there anything else that you'd like to talk about that wasn't a question?
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Did you have a chance to listen to this call that President Trump made to the legislator of Georgia?
Yet. I've heard a lot of people talking about it, and I just haven't. Came home, started setting up for the podcast, and haven't gotten around to it.
I listened to it on the way here.
Thoughts?
The media is being the media are my thoughts. That
of course.
You're not going to get any of the story by reading any of the articles.
Yeah.
And I have a theory. You want to hear my theory?
Yeah, I would love to hear it.
Because the headlines are not matching what I heard on the call at all. They're making it sound like he was demanding them to conjure up 12,000 votes out of thin air.
Yeah.
Not the case, from my interpretation. And he was being himself. He was being a bulldog. He called himself a schmuck twice for endorsing Governor Kemp.
I called Joe Rogan a schmuck last week, man.
Great minds
think alike.
That's right. So my theory is if Trump has a chance to pull this out, you all right, Chuck?
I'm just drinking some of this extra.
We're never going to get any of these people to sponsor us if you are making faces like that every time you take a sip.
I'm smiling, Sam. What are you talking about? I'm smiling. I love alcohol.
Oh my goodness.
I'm actually a straight edge.
We're getting into the age, man. You're not straight edge. We're getting to the age.
I am straight edge.
You know who's
don't call me out.
I have a couple friends who are still straight edge.
Soy boys.
They're not soy boys.
Yes, they are.
They're actually not.
Oh, are they macho? Are these straight edge gets so macho?
Peppy might be straight edge still. And when you sit down with him, he's not a soy boy. And I would love to see you call Peppy a soy boy to
Sam,
his face.
What do you mean sit down with him? What are you trying to say?
When you come to Jacksonville and get your hair cut.
Oh, I'm not getting a haircut.
Are we going to 2017 Chuck again?
No. Oh, yeah.
With the hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, he's straight edge.
I think he might be edge. I could be. He definitely doesn't
Not
drink.
for long.
You made me lose my train of thought. I was going somewhere. My theory.
You can't be tough and be straight edge.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never known a straight edge person that you want to mess with.
Oh my goodness. Cut
just
it out. Give me a break.
Come on, dude.
Oh my God.
I don't want to get into any altercation with someone with finger tats. That's all I'm gonna say, because they're gonna bite and pull hair out, and they're gonna just do whatever it takes, bro. I've seen. Never mind.
If you see a pit going on, you know the guy right in the middle, straight edge. Am I right?
The guy who's standing there with his arms crossed and everyone's circle pitting around him.
The guy who's just thinking to himself, just in a different universe. Yeah.
Try to hit me,
man. Yeah, I would love to talk to a straight edge guy and ask him what's wrong with him. Yeah.
Isn't it enough to just say I don't drink or do drugs? Anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
Getting back.
Okay, 2004.
Getting back to the Trump call.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
My theory is, if Trump, by chance, I'm just hypothetically, if he is able to pull this out and expose the truth, which you and I believe, and so do 74 million, I should say, other Americans.
Mm-hmm. The majority.
Yeah. So if he can pull this out, the Democrats are getting nervous. And I think that they're setting their foundation up with this call for their next impeachment scandal. Because if you recall, just a short 3-4 years ago, they literally impeached him for a phone call.
Sam, to help these non-educated, the normies, peasants,
common folk,
what's happening on January 6th? If you could educate them, because you're not. Most people aren't deep into it like we are. We get that insider information. I'm like Tom DeLonge. I talk to generals. I talk to senators.
Tom DeLonge.
And I want you to let these people to kind of catch up. What's happening,
man?
January 6th.
I'll try my best. I don't know the fallout, and I don't know the science, the political science behind it. But all I know is there's a bunch of senators and a bunch of Congress people who are going to oppose the electoral certifications. So we'll see what happens. There's going to be a huge rally.
Okay.
Hopefully, 1 million people show up. That'd be cool.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. I really want to go, but probably not going to make it.
Sadly, a lot of these Trump voters are working hard keeping this country going.
I'm telling you, blood, sweat, and tears, man. Working to the bone.
Sorry, they can't just get a check in the mail like everyone else. Handouts.
You didn't get a check, Chuck?
Swear to God, I have not got $600 yet.
You will.
I'm the only person that hasn't, I guess.
You must make a lot of money.
Nancy Pelosi is out to get me. Hillary Clinton, Chuck Schumer, Sleepy Joe Biden.
Add Mitch McConnell to the list now, man.
Yeah, he's out there.
Just like when you're purifying gold, the impurities come to the top. That's what's happening right now.
Donald Trump's like, dude, let's get these people $2,000, and he's like, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, what a rhino.
Yeah.
So that's my theory, is that if Trump actually stays in office, they're going to use this benign call to start a investigation on him. And possibly try to impeach him over this call, which they did last time over a call, which ironically, just side note, man, these are the things we probably should talk about, because I feel like I could just talk about this all day.
But then,
you know what I'm saying? We're going to lose people.
But then this is when we get hate mail from Patrick Bass at Patrick L Bass, whatever your username is. This is when we get hate mail from him.
I feel like Patrick hasn't even been here and has already become the third member of this podcast, of this
Listen
band.
to me, Patrick. I'm coming for your ass. All right. I'm tired of you trying to bring this show down, criticizing me. I'm not going to let it happen anymore. I'm going to bop you on the head if I ever see you again.
Oh, man.
Yeah. We have
the freaking
we've
coup.
rerun We run a damn good show, and I don't need people calling
Wow.
in, ragging on it.
You've had such a filthy mouth today. What is going on with that?
I'm tired.
My mom's not going to watch this episode because you are sitting here slinging the F-bombs everywhere. And
Do you want me to go there?
no.
Okay. So, I got some hate mail.
Look, don't you like our bear? Good boy.
Do you see this right here? So, as of a few days ago, I got some hate mail.
Hate
mail. No names. Keeping them anonymous.
You can say their name.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that to them.
Who are they related to?
Not going to say. Not going to say. But I got some hate mail because of my baby Yoda. Everybody loves baby Yoda. And I got some hate mail. I was called names like immature, not funny, youthful.
Can't take you seriously.
Can't take you serious. Youthful.
The word youthful was used.
Immature and I don't know. I'm 10 seconds in. Scum. Dirtbag. Liberal.
I got the same phone call, by the way.
Yeah. And ragging on me. Threats. I literally got threats from this person saying, if you don't take that dang demon down, I'm going to call Mark Zuckerberg on you. And obviously, I don't want Mark Zuckerberg coming to my house and shutting down my project. But, yeah, everybody was so positive. And then she sent me some hate mail criticizing my baby Yoda and says, if you don't take that down, I'm going to put your show down. Could have been a hacker. Could have been Antifa. Could have been a Democrat. I don't know. Because you never know the links of destruction they'll go to because they're all the same people.
Dang. How do you feel now that you got that off your chest?
Side note, I did not take this thing down in fear of the Democrats and Antifa. I didn't want to break my baby Yoda. So I switched it up for my bear. Everyone knows I love bears. And I did not back down from, I'm like Donald Trump. I did not back down from the Democrats. I put this bear because I wanted it to be here on my own decor.
You're setting your dominance just like a bear does.
Yeah, exactly. And just let you know, you didn't win. You didn't win. Your freaking fear-mongering threads did not shut this Baby Yoda thing down. I did that on my own. All right.
That is true. There was no succumbing to peer pressure on that decision.
I have timestamps showing that I planned on doing this ahead of time.
Right.
Because I did not want to break my Baby Yoda.
Right.
So
yeah,
I wanted to clean up the environment. I wanted to keep it a little more clean. The last one was a little distracting, and I wanted to keep it clean.
It is. It's more aesthetically pleasing, I would say.
We even got a plant behind Sam right now.
We do have a plant behind me.
Yeah.
Look at that nice plant. Thriving. Do you water that plant every day?
Yeah, it's also not sitting on a chair right now.
It's not at all.
It's not at all. So,
what were we talking about?
It was just
we were talking about the Trump thing.
It was political garbage
Yeah,
that nobody wants to hear about.
But just for those who don't know, that the impeachment a few years ago or this last year, they impeached Trump for exactly what Joe Biden did. That's all I'm going to say.
Don't call it Joe because he might shut down this show.
Sleepy Joe.
If this is our
Censored.
last episode, it was a good run.
It was nice knowing you.
It was nice knowing you guys. If we go missing, you know what happened to us. We're having too good of a time right now.
We are.
Before it gets too long, are we just going to end it on a high note?
Yeah, we got to end it.
We got to end it on a high note. I know we got to end it on a high note. I'm going to give you final words, and then I'm going to wrap it up after you.
Right on, man. Thank you so much for listening, everybody, and watching. Once again, my name is Samuel Sanders. He, him.
Tell a little bit. Tell them where they can find you, Sam.
You can find me on Instagram, Samuel A. Sanders, Facebook, Samuel Sanders. Revised website for work stuff coming up that Chuck is actually going to get his hands on.
Yes, we're going to be taking care of that.
And man, share this with your friends. If you just chuckled, if you found joy or lightheartedness, if you found a minute of escape from your worries by listening, man, share it, tell your friends about it. and submit your questions, because we're just going to keep doing this thing.
Yeah.
And mostly because we're just having a great time.
I had a great time. I don't want this to end, but I know nobody wants to listen to 2 hours of this.
Let's just hit stop and start the next one.
Yeah, exactly. We could. This is just part 2.
Change the shirt, you know?
Yeah. So, thank you everybody for watching. We had a great time recording this for you. Thank you for all the great responses, all the great comments, likes, subscriptions, everything. If you could please subscribe, comment, or like, keep that going, because we want this to happen on every episode. All the love that we got on episode 1, just move that over to episode 2. Keep it going. You can find us on Facebook under Chuck and Samuel Podcast. You can find us on YouTube under the same name, Chuck and Samuel Podcast. You can find us on Spotify under Chuck and Samuel Podcast.
Google Podcasts now.
Google Podcasts now.
Apple
too.
Podcasts soon
Coming
to come.
soon, yes.
Yeah.
There's a little delay on Apple, but we're gonna be there. That was promised. It's just
They're
a little bit
acting
delayed.
like the popular kid. What's
I
up
know,
with that?
And eventually there's gonna be TikTok, right?
Yeah.
For all the short, format stuff, clips. But the full stuff will always be on Spotify and YouTube and other podcast places. We're also going to be on potentially Instagram, but we're working on that. We don't want to spread ourselves too thin. But we want to thank everyone that subscribed, everyone that I gave a shout out to earlier. We're going to be here next week, same time, same station, all that goodness with even better content. Thank you, everybody, for all their comments.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, everyone that shared this. You're making our dreams come true. We hate to say again, this has been years in the making, and we feel so good to get this going and getting it out to everybody. And from me and Sam,
Who?
I pointed the wrong direction.
Me and who?
Samuel.
We're gonna get this right one day. We're gonna get this right.
Thanks for calling me out in the last few seconds of the
sorry,
show.
man.
So
I had to. You look like you got something you want to say.
on that note, we'll see everybody next week.
Hey, man, many blessings and amen and a woman. That's all I got to say.
And we're going to end this on a prayer. All
You're
right.
going to pray?
We're going to end this on a prayer. Thank you, everybody. Bow your heads.
Don't be sacrilegious. Give us a heartfelt prayer.
All right.
You said you can pray genuinely for 3
okay.
minutes. Give us 60 seconds.
Okay. Everyone bow your heads. We're going to end this in prayer. All right. 3, 2, 1.